Welcome everyone to another episode of Planet Nomads. As you can see, I've done some work with the space station. Namely, I actually set up a little landing pad underneath after I adjusted some more of the air blades so I can move it around. And this was just so I could get it where it would sit level. It's not attached to the base. It actually is just the little struts. They drop down, they elevate it up so I have room to work. And that is just to get it where it's leveled out. In terms of most stuff, I mean, it is kind of still off a little bit, it feels like. But it's level as it's going to be sitting on the ground. And going back through, I'm tired of flight mechanics. I've done that. So I started going back through and working on some of the cosmetic elements. And of course, going back, I noticed that certain things I did early in the building process for this are off from how things have panned out later on, such as the walls around the stairwell, where, as you can see, this is where they originally were, and they ran right along here, and basically they were off on the lowest level, but up above on the other levels, they were all set in the right place. So I have, mostly in the right place. That's not set right. So some of the walls are actually physically off from where they should be, and I have begun ripping things out, redoing it, and I came up with this nice little kind of change. Look at that. It gives it an evenness, but it also lets me have a little variation in color. And I have not expanded any power structure yet in terms of the actual production, but I did expand on the conveyor system. So this floor is all connected, intertwined through the entire floor, but where it connects in is right here, which is what I want to do for every floor. I want to have them connected that way through the stairwell with this central trunk going up the entire thing and just connecting this way. Maybe have another one that goes that direction, or honestly over here once I get some other stuff done. But yeah, I want to do something like that. So I'm going to do some more cosmetic rework today. We're going to make this look a bit better. And there we go. We've got this level lit up again. The next level lit up. Nice kind of blue-green lightsaber-y colors. And so the lower levels are done. And it basically, I can get in here. Basically, I've given myself a little bit more room on certain sides and a little bit less on certain sides of the stairs, because I did have some spaces where it was just extra because I didn't line it up quite right. So yeah, but I'm still doing pretty well in power. I mean, actually, look at that right now. 1898, and that is with that amount right there. I did put more uranium and deuterium in because I figure I'm pretty good on the storage part of it. It's just the production part. 2,854 hours with just 2 floors active on it. So I think I have enough to run everything sufficiently. And so we got main power again, which will control everything. That means you turn that off, you're in trouble if you're not already on the ground. Then we got our power for the refineries, which is off, then on. Yep. So all the refineries turn on. There we go. And we've got the lights. So easy enough, simple enough. And yeah, that's, I mean, all of these are connected. Actually, let me look at this. This will show you right now. So I might change it up a little bit because of the level above is where I did build kind of specifically around having connections to this floor, like in the corners. So there's certain spots where like that had a connection up, and it actually feeds to a specific little block of items, like up here, you know, that corner I think is the one back there. So it's what feeds up to this, which is why I don't have it coming down from like up above. I don't have conveyors just going every direction along here. So I may, instead of doing every floor, you know, as its own thing off of a conveyor connector, I might just do each floor as a, or this floor at least, as an extension of the floor below. And then at least with the way this is being done now with the conveyor branch going up, I can split the other floors out. And what's that showing? Like it's those are all separate constructions. Like even that stuff is showing separate for some reason. So everywhere else, I've already started relinking everything and thinking back to my whole idea of doing the conveyor connectors to try and ease things on the performance. I think I'm actually going to try taking out some of the conveyor floor pieces, or well, conveyor ceiling pieces, and just match it up with conveyor connectors instead to help maybe still with some performance issues. And now, if this works correctly, which I'm gonna, you know, color code it, make it match. There we go. A little delay, so we know it was connecting in, and it connects in, but it's not a big delay, which means these, assuming I stop sliding. You know, it's stuff that I'm doing like this that makes me wish there was a longer range connection option, so I could just be like, put one there aimed up and then have one there on the ceiling that it connects to, or in the next level up, which would make it look a lot cleaner and give, you know, some more cosmetic options for this sort of thing. Well, I should have, besides the refineries and deuterium generators and uranium generators and all that, I should have a link. 3D printers. So there we go. 3D printers are working and they are connected up through that spot. So yeah, same thing over here. That works really well. That actually, I think, is going to end up helping a lot in terms of performance. And now I have a problem. This won't work because that connects straight down, which means I have to raise this up for this to work the same way. All right, there we go. So we got like a little platform type look to it. I could, you know, go ahead and do like something, you know, more to that. I don't think I'm going to, but it gives a little platform. Basically, it's just one row on the back, one row on the front with the little corners. That's simple, easy, and it works to line everything up right. And there we go. Bunch of conveyor connectors spread around. Well, not there because I don't have anything going up that way. And then that. So yeah, it should help, from what I've seen in the past, minimize some of the slowness with accessing things in terms of the production chain. Which is, you know, hopefully going to help once I get out of the area. Now I've got to do the same thing. Well, I don't think I can do the same thing for those because that's connecting up to the water purifier. So is that. And these are connecting. Where is this connecting down to? That's not connecting down there. This stuff is connecting right there. And if that's there, yep, there. And there we go. We've got that linked up, which feeds to that, which feeds to that, which covers that trunk with the water purifier. That's covered over there already down below. So that should pretty much have all my production linked back together the way it was. I still need to do some cosmetics up here, but I also need to fix some floor placement stuff, like oh yeah, those walls. You see how that lines up that way is what I did originally to get things started, and I want to have them lining up just evenly like that. So these are all about to come out. We'll have to redo all that. So basically, I just need, I really need a No Man's Sky type of camera view thing for building in this. I like that camera aspect of it. It just makes it so much easier. I wanted to figure out how I want this to line up. All right, if I just get it to let me snap, there we go. And so basically I'm going by, that's the middle. And you can see that's the middle because it's kind of like, all right, that, yeah, that's the middle spot and that's the middle spot. So I'm going to build it based around that element of it. And so when it comes up here, this one needs to go in the middle. And let's see, that's going to be the same spot right there. That's actually already in the middle. That's exactly where it needs to be, other than it's not far enough over. Yeah, we're going to have these like right up to the edge now. Instead of having that little gap to the wall, I'm going to have it where it's just right up to the edge. And then I can fill stuff in from there. I think I'm actually going to take the individual blocks out. Yeah, the little yellow path. Follow the yellow brick pathway. The yellow armor block pathway. Sure, it's kind of funny. It's cute in a little way, but I think we'll stick with just good old easy to use ceiling tiles as much as I can. Okay, so once again, thinking in terms of weight and maximizing things, yes, it's going to use more basic frames. Like I use one basic frame on each of these and one plating Mark 1 on each of these, as opposed to just doing one plating or one frame and two plating for the ceiling panel. However, ceiling panels are 600 in weight. They are 4x4 blocks. So that's 16 armor blocks at 30, kilograms, I guess, per block, whatever it is. 30 versus 600. I would need 20 for it to match up. So it actually ends up being ceiling tile or ceiling panel 600 in weight, and the same amount of armor blocks to take up the same amount of space is 480 in weight. So a little bit less weight, which is not a lot overall in the grand scheme of all this. But if I do this instead in this little area like that, then you know what? It's going to save a little bit extra weight in the end. I might actually go back to using the tiles in some case, just because, but I've got plenty of resources. I can make this happen. It's a much cleaner little flow to it. It doesn't feel out of place as much because it's actually along the walls as opposed to sticking out a bit. So yeah, you walk up. We still have that. I can still do the golden pathway, the yellow brick road type thing if I want to in the end. And it just comes up, and yeah, because it sticks to the walls where they're supposed to be, it does feel like it's a better fit. And I just have to finish this wall up here, and I'm going to have to do some more stuff with that. So I'm just going to have to do some extra framing right here on this. And I'll have it, still the single column that's black, and then the others are white for that. And that will just, line that up there. And now that actually makes me want to move things over a bit. Like that, instead of having the light one there, I'm going to do the lights there. Oh, it won't place there. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to do that. Never. Actually, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do like an L shape. A right angle. All right, so I had a black one right there, and then what was it? Not purple. It was not purple. No, it was green. That's what it was. It was green for the greenhouses. And the nice thing I like in this is with the text, you can actually copy paste. Thinking about it, I'll decide I'm gonna go with like red because it's got a nice sheen to it. And I'm just gonna do like this, like I was kind of doing before with the yellow. But instead of yellow brick road, we're gonna have the red armor block road. And it's just going to lead like that. And now I'm about to break the lower level one controlling the power for the air blades. And now the fun part. Now I'm actually going to be taking out part of the, not just the floor part here that was built too far out, but I'm also going to be redoing the glass walls for this and readjusting a few things. So now, in just what I've been doing today, I have retooled half of what I originally did with the stairs. You see, it looks a bit more open now that they're spread out further. You see, compared to right there, how tight wound it feels. And now when you go down below that, it actually feels nice and a bit more open. A little bit more of that visual feel like you're walking around looking down from above at everything below. And conveyors mounted there, goes up. Doesn't actually tie into anything there, but it ties to there. That does at least give me an option maybe later to add some kind of conveyor connection to the outside through under those tiles. Everything on this level has been relinked to the level above, just so I don't have conveyors going every which way in the next level. I'm gonna have to figure out something with rails there. I may end up redoing some of the doorways too. I don't know. But yeah, just so it's not like, all right, here's a wireless connector going over here. Here's a conveyor connector going here. Here's another one going over here. I don't have that going. They're all linked again. And then we have this part here and that part there linked to the water the autonomous water purifiers above. So all my production's linked back together. All the principal stuff is back and connected. I have controls moved for everything. So if I go bam, then these are now without power. So as you walk in, you can say, hey, I need to use this, or I don't need to use this. Cut some power consumption. I do have stuff still broken up above. That's about to get broken with the, well, that's actually already broken because that's not connected down below. So all the lights are off. And I may be redoing these lights just for the fact that the spotlights ignore solid blocks and the light passes through, which is why, until I disconnected all of that, the ground was a very bright color because all the lights were shining through, or all the spotlights were shining all the way down from there through the rest of the structure to the ground, which causes some really kind of ugly look to it because, you know, it makes the floor, even if I was way up in the sky, the other floors are way too bright because of that. So I'm gonna have to do something different with the lights. As much as I spent that time getting the alignment all mapped out and everything tested to optimize visual coverage, just because the light passes through solid blocks and it goes so far with the spotlights, they're not usable in this case. I can use them instead on something like this where they're just going to shine up from below and make a nice little visual effect in the corners behind the air blades. And so you see, I've got it turning, not very fast, but it's turning. Not very fast at all. It's a space station. It's not meant to be very fast in atmosphere. It's supposed to be up in orbit where there's no atmospheric friction to slow it down, and you basically just set it going, and you're like, all right, cut the engines, go. Let's see what my top speed is with a total of 20 air blades for movement. Well, at least I broke 10 kilometers an hour. 10 and a half? Yes, I did it. 10 and a half. 10.5 kilometers per hour. I think that's as fast as I'm going to get it. All right, that's it for this episode of Planet Nomads. If you enjoyed the changes in the cosmetics or just enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below if you have any suggestions for some of the cosmetics, or if you like the new color scheme with the red and white on the stairs. Love to hear from you. And of course, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.